Well, I wasn't really sure whether to do this next bit, but I thought it might be useful for some people. I'm going to do a review on a particular application for the Mac. It's called the Perfect Diet Tracker, and I've used it in part to help me lose some weight. If you've seen any of my earlier videos, you'll know I've lost quite a lot of weight. But for fun, what I'm going to do is put on some clothing that I used to wear and show you just how much weight I have lost. Now, please, if you're one of these who hates people who used to be large and fat, don't give me negative comments. Don't give me any trolling or spamming. You know, keep your negative comments to yourself. I'm really not interested. But if you are interested in seeing the difference and in seeing the type of application I use to help me, as I say in part, I did other things as well. But the Perfect Diet Tracker was very useful, I found, for calorie counting, particularly because the database had English foods. Most of these applications seem to have just US foods, but it covers US, English, Australia and New Zealand as well. So in terms of an international application, I think it's great. I'll also show you the application itself, but just for fun, here's what I used to wear. Okay, so I said I'd show you, this is what I used to wear. That's a 58-inch waist. Yeah, honestly, seriously, look. And this is going to fall in a second. I am clothed under here, so don't worry. But that's look, you can see the difference, yeah? So let me leave that for a moment. This shirt was one of my old shirts, and that was tight on me at one point. I mean, look at the size of it. So, you know, let me just, I can actually fit into one leg of these. In fact, let me do that now. Okay, so there you go. That's me fitting into one leg of the trousers I used to wear. So now let me show you the software I used, in part to help me control the intake of food that I had. I did other things as well, and I may talk about that in a video series at some point. But for now, I just want to show you an application on the Mac. So in this part of the video, I'm going to show you Perfect Diet Tracker. It is a Mac application, so if you're on Windows, this won't be of much interest to you, but at least anybody who uses a Mac will be able to see the type of application you can use to track the number of calories that you eat. So let me open that up. And I haven't put any details in for today. What I'm going to do now, first of all, I'll show you the results. You can have a look here, for example. These are my weights. So if I click on the graph here, you can see how my weight has gone down over time. You can specify the period that you want to, so you can just look at the last 90 days, for example. So it's slowing down now, which is how it should be. And then, let's cancel from there. And then to add something that you've eaten, let's put in, I'm going to put some false breakfast details in. So let's say I had a fried egg. Just type in whatever you're looking for, and it will search its database to look for variations of that type of food and the different suppliers. I'm using UK results here. So a whole egg cooked and fried, this one for example, one large egg which I had for breakfast, or you could put it for whatever meal you have. I can add to the diary. If I had 2 of them, just click the plus sign, as many as you had. I actually had 1. So I'll add that to my diary. And it's showing me now, these are the total calories consumed, how many I have left for today, a breakdown of the carbohydrate, protein, fat, and so on. And you can see that I've had reasonable protein, there's quite a bit of fat in a fried egg, and the total calories and so on. And we have the running total on this column here. I'm going to add the toast, because I had some toast with this. And a single piece of toast. So there we go, white bread toasted, and it was a single slice, which again I had for breakfast. And now I can see the running total on calories, my carbs, proteins and fat and so on. If I have a particular nutritional target, I can keep an eye on this to make sure that I'm getting the right kind of quantities of carbs, proteins and fats and so on. If you have a drink, so for example, as I'm British, I have tea quite a lot. Tea with milk, That's a standard cup that I have, 15 ml of milk. And I put this under snacks and drinks. I've had 3 of those so far today in total, so I'll add that. And you can see what happens to the overall calories and the overall carbs, protein and fat and so on. Now for lunch I had some shredded beef in a sandwich. So let me do the shredded beef first. Now if you can't find the specific product you're looking for, then you can actually add it as a new item. So I'm going to add it as a new product. And now I've put the name in properly, it's come up, look at that. Oh well, okay. So I didn't have a full pack. In this case, I've had a quarter of a pack, so I just put 0.25, and I had that for lunch. So I add that to my diary, and then I had that on, I think it's called a Kaiser bread roll, or half of one anyway. So this is close enough, and it was a half, so all I got to do is put 0.5 and add to the diary, and you can see for lunch sweet chili beef, brown bread roll, and here's the running total of what I've had so far today, including drinks. And as you go through the day, this will build up your totals, so it's showing you the fats and sugars that you've got. Here's your overall total for calories, carbs quite high, I'm getting close to the limit for carbs today. Protein is a little bit on the low side, very low really. Fat, sodium, fibre. Sodium is very low, as you can see. I'm careful to keep sodium down now. Salt is not particularly good for me. It used to raise my blood pressure. But as you can see, I'm getting a running total, so I can see where I am. And I know what calories I have left, so I can make some informed decisions about what I can eat today and later on in the day, and then tomorrow and so on. We can adjust targets. So here we are. If you want to lose a specific weight in a certain time, you can set the time and amount here, specify how active you are and so on. If anybody's interested in this particular product, I'll give you more details. If you let me know, I'll make a follow-on video, but this is a very quick look, and as you can see, it's a fairly easy system to use, very flexible, and this ongoing total is particularly useful, I found, for making sure not just that you're not eating too much, but also that you're eating enough, because if you eat too little, that's bad for you, and that's not a good idea. If you're trying to lose weight, you still need to have a good nutritional intake, and this can help you to make sure you do exactly that. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. I'd love to hear your questions. I'll answer anything you ask. And while you're here, why not subscribe? There's lots more of videos coming soon. So I'll see you next time. Bye.